Alrighty, folks. My name is General Andrews. I'm going to be commentating for Dospostmann as he gets ready here to be rocking and rolling his part of Vectorman, because we're going to be doing a race. You want to go ahead and show them the settings? We have a very particular reason why we're going to be doing the race difficulty that we're choosing to do. Would you like to actually tell them a little bit about that before we get going?
Well, basically, we want this to be a quick-paced, race where you have least chance of somebody like dying and falling out of the race type thing, so that it's constantly like back and forth, and we can keep it a close type, who's gonna win type event. Basically, on this category, you start with more health pellets and you start with more lives. So the chances of having a dead run or a continue are pretty much slim to none.
And that's what we're going for here. We want to be about the race, not that somebody is dead and that ends the race. We want the anxiousness to be who's going to come out ahead at the end of 16 days.
All right, you want to count me down?
All right, let's do this thing in 3, 2, 1, go! Woo! All right, Posty is getting started here. Day 1 teleport. So right now, he's just going to do very particular jumps to try to speed along. It's faster movement than just running. Other games, it's the exact opposite, right? So what he's going to do here is go to a very particular monitor. These monitors keep very secretive, hidden items inside them. Sometimes it's just points. You're like, oh man. But other times, it's really cool weapons like this one. Boom. He just exploded the whole screen, took out 3 to 4 enemies that are in his way. That leaves him just that one. And then guess what, folks? A perfect roundabout for that corner to the boss fight. We're already there. He's looking for a 2-cycle, ideally. You saw there in round 1, he's trailing, he's following it, so he's not just standing in the same spot shooting it. And he got it. He got a really strong 2-cycle kill. That was like a cycle and a half kill. Alright, so he also was holding the start button, so you barely even got to see the points on the screen because that saved you a little bit of time. Alright, this morph level here is just a spam fest, and you're hoping to only get hit once at most by these random shots that come across the screen. Or none. This is extremely good for him.
That was nice.
Alright, one of the toughest levels, hands down, because when you get knocked back by these enemies, you get stuck in this water, and the water physics are super slow, almost as if you were in molasses. So we're going to hope for some good RNG drops for some more health, because the game's already been a little bit rough with its movement patterns of the turrets. You think, why does that matter? You could just shoot them down. Ah, but boosting into them is faster for a quick kill. Here's a good example. That platform, it's not a real trapdoor. Just some of the the development on the platforms were borked, and you can just kind of glitch right through it. So, as he continues to go, he's going to hope that doesn't happen again. That was his one time to deal with that. And that can happen too. So he was moving forward. These turrets will shoot sometimes at random. Sometimes they just won't shoot. They'll dance around. You get to deal with all those kinds of things as you navigate through these very treacherous waters that still, as you can tell, still have mines inside of them. I like it. That was smart.
For life, because that's what you would do in a race.
That was good. That way he can still stay aggro for the next level.
Yeah, make sure you don't die right at the end.
That's a long level, so if you die at the end, it does hurt. So most of the time, we're just going to be slowing down if we have low health. That way you don't do the hold up all over again. Giving up 5-10 seconds is not giving up 2.5 minutes. Alright, great example of perfect boosts for the platforms and perfect jumps into the morphs. That gives him an opportunity at the end of said morph cycle to boost again. Look at this. Great movement. He's doing perfect jumps. Oh, there's a good example, though. When you miss a perfect jump, it can actually really troll you. So it's kind of all for the glory when you're going for it. But look at this. He regains composure, climbs right back up top. And this is an icy level, so it's got ice mechanics.
Yeah, it was definitely giving me the trouble.
He's got 2 bosses to fight here. He's going to grab this continue in case it goes poor, and then I'm going to be quiet for the fight. All right, now phase 2. Oh, that was... Woo! All right, great finish to that boss fight. I got a little tight lip there for a moment because I wanted him to get that kill.
It was not ideal boss RNG. You want him to stand up when you jump to the other side, but...
He worked great with it. All right, so he's got a little bit of health back, which is nice. This level is also tricky because it's slippery, and these enemies have all sorts of different movement patterns if you hit them once. Most of them do not die off of one shot, so... Great example of him fighting through a very tough RNG pattern from Margie. That's the name of that enemy right there. So he did the right thing here. He only has 1 health. He can now be aggro because he has a protective shield. And look at that. He got health. He got paid off for doing that immediately. So that's always a good sign. He got ×3, so if he does happen to get more health. So here's what he's trying to do. He's trying to work with that character. That's a gatekeeper, basically. And he's got full health, like we were talking about. Great examples. So now he can be aggro all over again for the next level. So this level, he lost a smidge of time because he got knocked back. But he's going to be able to be super aggro on the bamboo mill, which has a boss fight, so he's going to want to be aggro. Alright, he's going to be climbing up this section. Multiple routes you can take. However, not all routes are created equal, and he's going to pick the faster ones. Here's another morph that Vectorman gets into. It drills through wooden floors. So he's taking this toasty route down below. And he does that leading shot right there because he's stunned the enemy. He's not going to wait for the RNG. Like we talked about, sometimes you try to manipulate it by doing simple things such as shooting them. Certain jumps you might do to trick them into going up high. Sometimes you duck to make them go low. You do whatever you can to convince these enemies to cooperate. Alright, boss fight time. Clockwork is... he is a pain. So what Clockwork does, let alone does he get, roll super fast if you let him build momentum, he fires tons of shots from the top of his dome if he gets hit. So that's why he's supposed to keep running off the side of the screen here, because he wants to despawn as many shots as possible to reduce lag. And then a faster boss fight. Excellent work right there. Alright, this next level is going to be a quick one. It's another starting out morph level. He's hoping for good RNG on where the hands line up. Next to each other or on top of each other is perfect. He's 1 shot from killing.
Yeah, perfect hits there on the buttons can get you a 2-cycle kill.
Yeah, he almost had it.
If they line up like they did right there. But that is an RNG boss.
Yeah, that was good though. That was a great example. He literally was 1 hit away from getting what he wanted. Alright, so these turrets can be trolling, again, because now they're going to be blocking very tight corners that as soon as you get hit, you get stuck, or you get pushed super far back. So over here is ones that you get pushed back super far if you get hit. Alright, he's going to keep on climbing. Smart. He played it smart there. Alright, so what he did right there was a manipulation of the beetles, or what we like to call mosquitoes. By going low, they go a little bit higher. And so that gives him that safety route right below them. Hydroponic Lab can get very frustrating for even the most experienced of runners of this game. There's just so many treacherous movement patterns of these enemies. They want you to go really slow, but if you go slow, other enemies spawn below you or above you. So, he was playing it safe on the other. He was playing it safe on the other spot, which I thought was the great way of going about it. And he just barely somehow puts his head on that turret. So as you can tell, that this level makes you feel like it's just going to be a quick run to the right, and it always isn't. All right, here's some good example of what to do. Good platform movement there. Manipulating the enemy. He almost manipulated him into the movement he wanted that time. Good adjustments. Again, manip there. Great boost to get to the end here. Now this boss is both fun and very aggravating. We talked about before, these jump boosts give tons of damage. Like that. That was beautiful. He got the one cycle kill. Barely. He almost got into cycle number 2, but you notice that's the strength of that damage boost. He displayed it perfectly. Alright. So he's going to go through superstructure here. Day number 10. We like to also call it jetpacking. It's the first time you really get to take advantage of a jetpack. You just go fast through a level. So that turret, it was smart. He waited. That turret was actually going to be right in his way if he ran through it. And so his cautious actually saved him a minimum of 30 seconds. Great boost. Nice. He made the adjustment. What's tough about that turret is that even though it hangs over the edge, the monitor's in the way. So then you can't shoot the enemy.
Yeah, I played it a little bit safe there, but once again, for a good race, you know, we're going to try and keep it tight and close.
All right, good. He got through that level, folks. Next is Disco Tornado. He's going to be aggro here, probably. That's the best thing, because this boss can kill you instantly. Hey, good idea. You went for it. Better than dancing around and not getting any hits in. Alright, so he's going to be ready here for once it turns the corner here, he's just going to mash. And he did a great job. See, he threw away the least amount of time loss. You don't want to go in him with one hit if you can.
Yes.
So if he knew he could have grabbed the second health before entering that level, he would have done that for time loss there, so he would have avoided dying. But he did the right thing. Alright, so this level is super fast, as you can tell as well. You are dropping down as fast as you possibly can, avoiding enemies that are on like edges and nooks where what would be a fast pattern to move through there. There's RNG on these turrets. Sometimes the best thing to do is to be aggro. But once in a while, being a little cautious isn't bad either. Nah, aggression worked amazing right there. Alright, another roughie. Here comes the pyramids. The reason why the pyramids are tough is that you have to take advantage of these really long jumps, and you don't get to see what's below you. You hope you recognize the night sky. Donkey Kong. Smart. This level you get hit a lot, even no matter how much you've ran the game. And so he made sure to get himself up to 3 health. Ooh, cutting right through them. That was awesome movement. Even if that sludge pilot touched him, it was still really good. Great jumps there. Good save. Whew. Awesome work. Alright, he's almost to the end here, but this is tricky. Don't let your guard down. See, folks? That was a good example. And then the same idea here. Don't go on that second to last one. Drop all the way down. Okay. This level does what Low and Tight does, but at even a more aggressive state. Now, instead of just dealing with a bunch of robots and turrets, your robots are actually saved for your boss fights. There's a couple of well-placed turrets. Mostly you're dealing with these mosquito-like beetles right here. Now you gotta climb through them. And they come in patterns of 1, 2s, 3s, and 4. Good luck memorizing it. But he did amazing. Alright, here's the first of 3 bosses. The key here is to stay close, but not too close. He's almost dead. Excellent work. 1 cycle for that boss. And 1 cycle for the piranha.
Ooh.
Excellent work. He can grab this health here and beat this monkey boss, the final boss of this area. And he crushed him. Excellent work. Alright, he's going to head into Studio Audition. Located here at the World Link Center, because this is where all of the video feeds are coming from. in this world nowadays.
Yeah.
And so right now you see a lot of Warhead on the screen. We're gonna deal with him in a little bit, but not just yet. For now, we're going through his studio, trying to find this beautiful, fast-paced jetpack. Posty found it. He's gonna go ahead and cut through what is the fastest route through this very convoluted level. This level, first time I played it, took me 10 minutes. 10 minutes for one level, because I didn't go the right route. I totally went the wrong direction. It seemed like I was going the right way.
Yeah, this level when you first play it is definitely a
Now, Posty, look at those great boosts, and he's gonna try to take advantage of some drop downs. All right, it didn't work in his favor that time, but had it, it'd have been about a half a second time save. Great movement. Enemy movement was a little bit trolly, but you know, you just adjust and keep moving. Here's a great example of going fast through here. You got the first jump and the second. Those platform holes are not intended for you to find the first time you go through here. Well, he did a good job of not losing his focus after getting kind of pinned there by the enemies. I like how he was going for like literally like the frame perfect drop. He's showing you guys what he's capable of. All right, got a little howitzer to deal with. That's okay as long as he lives. All right, and he made it through this level. You really don't want to die after getting the jetpack, because then the level becomes extremely slow. So he did the right thing there for a race. All right, final boss fight.
Now the question is, do you want to die here one health in the race, or try and get up there and kill him in one line?
I mean, I guess it would depend how far you are ahead, right, folks? Knowing us, though, we're gonna take the challenge of really trying to make it exciting. So if he's ahead, he's gonna go aggro.
Oh. Well, my strategy didn't work. But there are several strategies you can use on Warhead. One of them is to shoot him right as you're coming up like that, and then you can boost because you know his hitbox is always available. But another one is to just float up there and boost. And sometimes when you get to the top, the screen kind of just floats you into the air for a second. And in that time, you can boost, but sometimes his hitbox doesn't become available.
Great start. Excellent finish. That's it. That's the run time. Good job. That's like a 16-13 or 16-12.
If I had done that kill with one health, it would have worked.
It would have worked. Yes. That was a great example of showing what you were trying to do anyways right after that. So that's how close this run can go. That's how quick a swing can happen. I mean, he was constantly going hard, a couple of deaths and a couple of tough levels like we talked about, and that's where that time comes from. Thank you everyone for watching at GDQ. I am General Andrews.
Dospostman. Have a good night.